She's one of our challengers. Looks a little nervous, and why not? From Bahamas, and next to her in lane 3, Tia Jones. Has run outdoors this year. Fairly swift 12:57, although that was wind-aided. 12:38 at her best. So Tia Jones, US indoor champion last year. Well, the list of achievements of Camacho Quinn is long, and the Olympic champion from Tokyo almost did it again in Paris. Redoubtable competitor Camacho Quinn from Puerto Rico. So Ackera Nugent, just listen to the welcome for the hometown athlete. World indoor bronze. She was absolutely made up to take that medal in China just 2-3 weeks ago. But the big medal in the Olympic Games went to Masai Russell. The American had such an incredible season and has been fairly swift indoors this year, so watch out for Masai Russell. I think she's in pretty good shape. The aforementioned Danielle Williams in lane 7. 32, still running incredibly well. Having won the world title in 2015, came back in 2023 to win it for the second time. And then Amber Hughes of the USA, another semi-finalist from the World Indoor Championships just held recently in China. Well, Nugent is already looking forward to, I saw a quote from her saying, well, I'm the best 100-meter runner in this field, so as long as I go well in the hurdles. Let's see. So Ackera Nugent right in the middle. She's got Camacho Quinn to her left, the Olympic champion to her right. Well, she's got an Olympic champion on either side.
Yep. It's hot in the middle of that race, man.
It is.
A lot of talk about the headwinds. I think that the hurdlers prefer a headwind as opposed to a tailwind.
Yeah, tailwind can sometimes get them on the hurdles too quickly.
Yep.
So Camacho Quinn in 4, Nugent in 5, Russell in 6.
Set.
Nugent gets out pretty quickly, right over the far side. Cartwright started fast, so did Tia Jones as well. But Tia Jones just has the lead at the minute. Camacho Quinn is charging, and also Danielle Williams, but it's going to be Jones who gets it. That's a surprise. Wow. You look at all the big names, and if you ran this race a bunch of times, you might get a whole host of different results. But on this occasion, sometimes just having been out in the season, having run a few races, she's done that just recently.
It's a testament to how strong she is mentally, because there's been a lot going on with her.
So over on the far side, I mean, Cartwright got out very, very quickly indeed, and that helps Jones, because Jones then is really nicely into her running. No mistakes, clean hurdling pretty much all the way. Maybe just clip one there, but stayed strong off the last barrier. Kept that momentum right through to the line. Camacho Quinn, who normally can't finish so quickly as well. Russell never quite got into it, which is a bit of a surprise there. It just seemed to be lacking a bit of gas there in the last, over the last 2-3 flights. But for Tia Jones, that really has set this up beautifully going into the 100 meters.
It's a huge win. Going into the 100, you would say that Nugent and Masai may have an advantage there, but you can't hate on 12 points, man. Really coming through at the end. I thought that Danielle Williams was going to hold on. And in the middle of the race, when you're at home, you feel the energy of the crowd. You can expect to come through a little bit harder. But Tia Jones, huge win.
So two of our challengers come out on top there. Tia Jones and Danielle Williams ahead of the racers. Camacho Quinn, Nugent and Russell. So they had to settle for the middle points, if you like.
The women's 100-meter hurdles at the Grand Slam track meet in Kingston turned into one of the most thrilling and surprising races of the season so far. With a lineup stacked with Olympic medalists, world champions, and rising stars, all eyes were on lanes 4 to 6. But it was the United States' Tia Jones who delivered the standout performance, clocking an impressive 12.63 seconds to take first place. Lining up in lane 3, Jones had strong competition on both sides. To her right, Puerto Rico's Jasmine Camacho Quinn. The Tokyo 2020 Olympic gold medalist. And to her left, Jamaica's rising star Ackera Nugent, fresh off a world indoor bronze. Just a few lanes over, Danielle Williams, the Jamaican double world champion from 2015 and 2023, added even more star power to the field. Despite the pressure, Jones showed tremendous composure and explosive speed from the blocks. She reacted quickly and hurdled cleanly, keeping her rhythm and pace consistent all the way to the finish. With the crowd roaring, it was Jones who surged ahead in the final meters, holding off a late charge from Danielle Williams, who finished second in 12.70 seconds. Camacho Quinn came third with a time of 12.71 seconds, just 1/100th of a second behind Williams, while Ackera Nugent took fourth in 12.75. Danielle Cartwright of the Bahamas, who also had a strong start, faded slightly but helped push the early pace of the race. Masai Russell, another U.S. standout who had been a favorite coming into the meet, didn't quite find her rhythm and finished outside the top three. This result was a huge moment for Tia Jones, who has quietly been putting together a strong season. Her win in Kingston not only earned her 12 points and a lead in the Grand Slam standings, but also sent a clear message to the rest of the field. She's ready to challenge for major titles this year. What makes Jones's performance even more impressive is how cleanly she executed the race. She barely clipped a hurdle, maintained her form under pressure, and finished with power. It's clear that she's in peak condition, both physically and mentally. For Danielle Williams, the second-place finish was still a strong result and keeps her in contention for the $100,000 prize awarded at the end of the Grand Slam series. Camacho Quinn, though not at her absolute best, showed she remains a formidable opponent and will look to bounce back in the next meet. Ackera Nugent, though only 21, continues to show maturity and growth. Her fourth-place finish adds valuable points to her name, and many believe it's only a matter of time before she cracks into the top three. As for the track and field community, this race was another reminder of how deep and competitive the women's sprint hurdles have become. With new stars rising and veterans still delivering, every race is unpredictable, and that's exactly what makes this season so exciting. The next race in the Grand Slam series is the women's 100 meters, scheduled for the following day. With sprinters like Nugent and Russell also doubling in that event, the showdown is expected to be just as intense. But for now, all credit goes to Tia Jones, who handled the pressure, outperformed the champions, and walked away with a well-earned victory.